is boom. Look at that kayak cam. Today is a spectacular day coming to you live from stolen Tongva land. We're live and alive. It's 71 degrees and partially sunny here in California, Los Angeles, folks. We're live. We're alive, and I hope everyone, all the boys, all the girls, and all the MBs are having a fantastic one. Because today's a beautiful day. Today's a wonderful day. Today is a Monday. That's right. It's Monday News Day. Monday, March 30th, 2026. We're live. We're alive. And I hope everyone's having a wonderful time. Here's the rotisserie cam on for all the boys, girls, and the kayak cam enjoyers. Nice haircut, by the way. I did not get a haircut. I just showered, and then I put a hat on. That's how I do it. In any case, yes, my fried chicken, my rotisserie chicken in the heat lamp. My rotisserie chicken in the heat lamp is right here. You already know there's been a couple days where I've been separated from both her and also my freaking soundboard. Anyway, is it true that cleaning lint traps and battleship dryers is optional? Yes. What is this? We need a Hasan react to the infamous casino butter steak rock video? What the hell is that? Oh, I've seen this. I've seen this. Yeah, this is gross. It's a gross piece of steak. It's just so flubby. I missed your stim toy too. Yeah. We'll get a Charlie Kirk going. We'll get a Charlie Kirk going later when I farm donos. Okay, we missed you at the Tax the Rich rally yesterday. Yeah, sorry I couldn't make it to the Tax the Rich rally. I said I would. We have rescheduled with Ana Lilia Mejia, but again, I'm going to be back in the East Coast fairly soon. So. Fairly soon. Hopefully you guys watched the fantastic Fear End podcast. The episode is out already. We had Noah Colwyn on as the guest host. But yeah, there's a lot happening in the world. There's a lot going on in the world of Hasan Piker. Obviously, this is part of the broadcast where I tell you about my personal news. I had a family emergency. I'm not going to get into the details of it, but required me to fly back earlier. And that's what I did yesterday. I flew back. Things are fine. A lot of people were reaching out, and thank you so much. We're good. And yeah, that's it on that front. You know, I flew back, spent some time with the fam. And that's it. I haven't really done much other than that, other than working on the mini doc. Is the unibrow fashion choice, or have you given up on self-care? The unibrow? What the hell are you talking about? Sabi talked about you on his podcast with Mateo Lane. What the hell?
And this is a message for Hasan.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Well, this is vamping.
When are we hanging out?
You don't want that guy. He's a piece of shit.
No,
You son of a bitch. You moving to New York City, right, Unc? Yeah. Yo, Hasan, I'm the chatter who gave you the conch. Oh, hell yeah. I brought it back. I don't know where I put it, but it's somewhere. Well, you have it? Oh, it's behind me. Oh, it's I don't know if you can see from over there, but it's behind me. It's you can kind of see it. It's not in. It's right there in front of the poop sock. But yeah, I'm late and I apologize. I did a bunch of back-to-back interviews. One with Philip DeFranco, as a matter of fact. So you'll see that in a little bit. With Philip DeFranco, he filled me in, if you know what I mean. Sexy Phil. But also, because there's a lot of slander. There's a lot of slander all over the internet, including from Stavros Halkias, it seems.
I'm not saying I don't want it like that. I'm just saying it's like, how is someone that he's like on every meme now where it's like gays before and after breakup, and he's got shaggy hair, and then all of a sudden he's clean cut.
Yeah, he
you
did.
Know what I mean?
He actually did do like a very annoying
Glam.
Yeah, glammed
Glow
himself up, worked out.
Yeah.
He claimed he used to say he was fat, pissed me off. And he just kind of, he got slightly less fat. Anyway, fuck Hasan. He's a piece of shit.
I'm a fan.
Yeah. Have Mateo on, Hasan.
I don't think he would be like.
I can't wait till Israel takes Turkey.
You son of a bitch! You son of a bitch! Greece is next. We will take Greece before Israel takes Turkey. How dare you? How dare you? Motherfucker.
Fuck you.
But it's ironic because Israel's already taken Cyprus. Stavi is right. Stolen fat valor. Yeah. Stavi is legit you in 30 years. No joking. Bro, what do you mean Stavi is me in 30 years? What? Oh, there was an echo and reverb. Sorry. It's because I just realized that I had not shut off the other mic. Yeah, Greece and Turkey was promised 3,000 years ago. Yeah, Greeks and Turks combined to retake Cyprus. Yeah, well, let's be real. Israel has already taken Cyprus, so anyway, playlist for later. Thank you, Themasius, for the playlist. Yeah, day 30, Iran war unfolding. We'll obviously get to all of that. Jake Tapper really hating on you? Yeah, I saw that this morning. I saw the fucking retweet. Jewish Insider wrote yet another article. Bro, Jewish Insider just they should just change it to Hasanabi Daily. Okay? There has been like 15 articles they've written about me in the last like 7 days. Is unbelievable. Bruh. Just change the name, dude. They on your ass. Oh my God, they really are. Oh my God, they really are. They are straight up inside of me, bro. Bruh. I mean, seriously. Oh God, I feel liberated being able to. I feel freaking liberated being able to hit that. Yeah, they're making Yeet a weekly. A weekly what? Okay. I haven't seen nothing but negative coverage of you. You got to be doing something right. I mean, it's mostly positive from where I'm standing. Because you have to remember, you have to remember the negative coverage of me is coming from like really unfavorable institutions, right? Institutions that are tasked with defending Israel, which is like, one of the least popular entities on the planet currently. So it doesn't really matter that they're shitting on me all the time, Did you watch the clavicular interview on Channel 5? No, I did not. No exaggeration. Maybe the craziest headline of the year. I doubt it. Okay, never mind. You're not wrong. You're actually right. Breaking. Liz Truss suggests underground transgender mafia may be responsible for Italian chocolate heist that saw over 12 tons of Kit Kat stolen. Okay, fair. I thought you were fucking exaggerating with that. It turns out you're not. You're literally correct. That is actually unbelievable. That is an insane headline. Wow. I mean, what can anybody say about that? That's a sentence I never thought I would actually encounter in my life. When did you do this German interview? What is this? Jacobin. This is an English interview that they translated. It's Alex Press. They translated it to German. Jewish Insider dropped 8 articles about you in the last week. I know. It's unbelievable, dude. The Hasan Piker mirage when social media extremism meets political reality. Ted Deutsch compares Hasan Piker to Nick Fuentes, says Dems should shun him. McMorrow slams outside campaigning Hasan Piker. Like, they just straight up, they write only about me, bro. They write only about me. It's very, very weird. Why can't they use scarier photos? Because I'm hot. Article's not working, though. Yeah, is it this one? Is it this one that you wanted to link to me? Yeah, because I got the Barbaras and the Debras backing me. So I got nothing to worry about. Okay? I got nothing to worry about. The Hosborough machine can keep turning it up all day, every day. As long as I got the white ladies behind me, okay, wine moms, I'm set. I'm set. You're the main story. It's got to be embarrassing to be on the Hasan Abi beat. Like, it's crazy that they have an entire task force dedicated to me. You know, I'm a Midwestern mom and I'm your Fedayeen. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about, baby. That's right. Showing their ass. Oh, yeah. Yeah, of course. Efendim. Selam. Bana şey verir misin baba? Baba dolaptan kahve verir misin? Cold brew. Yeah. Is anyone surprised that a Democrat Senate candidate named Abdurrahman Mohammed El Sayed sides with the Ayatollah over America? Here we go. Here we go. I mean, obviously, this is the, you know, people saying the quiet part out loud. We'll talk about this. We'll talk about this in a second. But yeah, there's some. Ya baba bir tane vereceğim mi cold brew'yu? Tamam. Ver göster. Tam doğru. Eyvallah. Sağ ol. Anyway, isn't calling her out Jewish insider a bit anti-Semitic? No. What? Like, there's Jewish currents too. There's like a lot of, I mean, it's just, it's one of those things. It's like it's supposed to be about like what Jews in America care about. If you ask them, that's all they care about is me, apparently. It's crazy. Guy who didn't realize Abdul El Sayed was Arab until he heard his full name. Yeah. They saw those donation numbers go, and now they're starting to worry. I suspect that that's what's going on. What is this? They didn't include this part in the article. What is this? Oh, this is the Washington Free Beacon. By the way, there's got to be someone in his team that's an op. Like, that's crazy that they just like leaked a 30-minute phone call that he's having with his comms team. Former fan here. Unfortunately, after reading article after article about you, I've decided I'm no longer going to vote for you in whatever election you're running in. No. What if I were to tell you I'm running in the election for your heart? What would you say then? Peter Stern. Yeah, this is Chris Sosa wrote an article, The Doom Project to Cancel Hasan Piker. Even if the Democratic establishment takes him down, they still lose. Yeah. I mean, this is kind of the argument that I also have made as well. Yeah, Jake Tapper retweeting Jewish Insider citing David Frum asking Claude a question. This is the state of U.S. news media. Yeah, it's fantastic. Fantastic stuff from Jake Tapper. He fucking hates my ass so much. He hates my ass so much, dude. I mean, you got to be a real hater. You got to be a real ass hater to retweet an article like this. The Hasan Piker Mirage, when social media extremism meets political reality. And then the main point being made, the main point being made in that argument, in that article, is that they asked Claude if I was popping, and Claude said he's not popping. Everybody want a piece of Hasan Abi. You should be grateful compared to Asmongold. These 10 times bigger than you. Wait, what? You should be grateful to be compared against Asmongold. These 10 times bigger than you. Funniest part of this entire attack on Hasan Piker is it's cost him zero losses, no subscriber declines on his two main platforms at all. These centers have absolutely zero motion with regular people or voters. Yeah. What is this? They were saying I was being anti-women. Is that what it is? Yeah. Oh, Bernard, America's most famous and beloved Jewish politician in many respects. Hasan Piker is doing a very good job. Who the fuck is David from? A war criminal through and through. Like, not even a joke. Straight up, blood on his hands. Major neocon. Played a role in getting us into Iraq. Yet another one of these guys whose career just... Yet another one of these guys whose career just keeps getting uplifted over and over again, despite the fact that they're just wrong all the time. But for those of you who are just tuning in and you're like confused about what we're looking at right now, there is a lot of... Wait, did I blast off? I didn't even blast off. Let me blast off real quick, and then we'll get into it. But personal news-wise, I worked out this morning. I hit 265. I failed. But I did 245 for 5, I think, which was really sick. It was fantastic. Who cares? I care, man. What are you talking about? I'm talking about the minor victories that I've had in my life. What do you want me to do? Not reveal it to you? This is a part of the podcast where I tell you about my personal news, you know? Anyway, I'm back in LA. Epstein Fury, day 30, troops amass as Trump signals deal. Markets eat it. Cuba gets Russian oil. Felix Biederman later. He's going to be on the broadcast later. Everyone's favorite guest that I have. He's probably going to get me in trouble. Centrist Democrats keep attacking me over Abdul appearance next week, but he's top 5 in donos now. Please bring Felix. He brings back the edge that you've lost. Buddy, I think we are trying to move away from the edge, right? I think we're trying to move away from the edge to the best of our ability, right? This comment on TikTok you showed earlier is why I think the recent press blitz by third way types fail. What is this? This is the first time I'm hearing of him and I like him already. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. No, for most people, they just hate. Most people don't like Israel. And so when they see a lot of these like, pro-Israel outlets and pro-Israel politicians come after me super fucking hard, it doesn't do what they think it should do, right? Instead of having a negative pressure on me, it has a positive pressure on me. It literally backfires spectacularly. And I don't think they recognize it, right? But it's over. The conversation is done. Like it's just so silly. I saw a Facebook post by Israel Times saying you were bad. The comments were 90% supportive on Facebook. Yeah, Israel has lost the public completely. So I welcome the hatred. I welcome the hatred because it's showing where people stand on this issue, right? It's showing to everyone where most people stand. Anyway, basically, yeah, they forced Effie Phillips to release a statement immediately after. I tweeted about this as well. Effie Phillips, Effie for Congress, New York 17. After my interview with her, immediately, like the Westchester Democrats wrote this statement on Facebook, which was really funny. It was just like straight up, piece by piece, like bullet points from Fox News Digital. Like they took Fox News article headlines and like slammed it into this thing. And they tried to like create pressure, which I don't think is going to work, right? Like it's just so stupid. Anyway, and Effie responded with this. Response to the Democratic Party chair attacks. The Democratic establishment has long operated with an outdated mentality that alienates the very voters we need to win. The young, the politically disengaged, and those who prioritize human rights. By narrowing our tent and refusing to engage with platforms that reach young people, we are effectively surrendering our generation of voters to apathy or the far right. While I don't align with every word Hasan Piker has ever said, we must recognize the massive value of a platform that engages millions of young people in the democratic process. Unlike my opponents, Hasan Piker is not running for Congress. He's mobilizing a movement that demands our politics center human rights and favor diplomacy over the reflexive use of military force. As Democrats, our job is to build bridges, not burn them. We should be inviting young people into the process by building a coalition rooted in collective humanity. My mission is clear. I will always fight for universal human rights and Palestinian self-determination and stand firmly against anti-Semitism. We win when we grow the movement, not when we cut people out of it. And that's a great statement overall, right? Because like this was a question that Philip DeFranco asked me as well, right? Where they were like, he was basically like, well, what do you think about like politicians not like, you know, defending your individual statements? And I'm like, I don't expect them to do that, right? Because like I shouldn't be the fucking story at all. Like the argument should be, why is this a story? Like you're being ridiculous, right? Because it is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. What do you mean? I'm like a guy who has spent most of his career like advocating for workers' rights, advocating for labor, advocating for the humanity of people that oftentimes are forgotten, that we destroy, is somehow a bad person. Okay, what are we supposed to do? Call the cops? You know, alert the presses? Wee woo. Stop that. Why are you doing that? You know, it's just so stupid. It's so stupid. Fao Moi posted the Zeteo article. The campaign against Hasan Piker is about crushing the left. Donald Trump is leading a horrifying ethnic cleansing campaign, gutting the Constitution and trying to give himself king-like powers. He's leading an illegal and reckless war against Iran in partnership with Israel that is immiserating so many people here and abroad. Meanwhile, prominent Democrats ranging from elected members of Congress to 2026 Senate candidates to likely 2028 presidential hopefuls are spending their time condemning Hasan Piker, the left-wing streamer and influencer, as a part of a cancellation campaign spearheaded by Third Way, a centrist think tank. Third Way, which is funded by billionaires and corporate interests, has been quite open about its broader goal and ongoing campaign to marginalize the left. Wait, did I blast off already? Fuck. I keep diving into the story without blasting off. Do we have a blast off meme, chatters? Moi. Faux moi. Hasan the Hedge Knight. I like that. Even the Hasbras hypothetically cancel you / make you quit. The support for Israel isn't going to magically return. Yeah, that's my argument. That's what I keep repeating. Like, I am not. The reason why I have popularity is because I have a moral compass that I abide by, and my worldview, my advocacy, has not changed, but at least people have arrived at my position. That's the reason why I'm popular. Right? That's it. That's it. I have, I have not changed my value system. I've been advocating for the same exact things for a decade now, for a decade plus. So trying to marginalize me is not going to win the conversation at all, right? It's not going to help you. It's not going to convince people that like, oh, Israel is good, actually. You know, I'm not this singular hypnotizer of the masses that cause people to hate Israel. Just as it wasn't like TikTok algorithms, you know what I mean? Why is Hasan Piker the center of American left discourse? Centrists think Hasan Piker is an easy scapegoat to tie their entire left to try to destroy any power gains by the left politically. They want to prevent more Zohar Mamdanis, and they think this is their path to do that. Joke's on them. We all want to be tied to Hasan, sometimes literally. My God, you guys are so conspiracy brain. People don't fucking like the guy for good fucking reason. It's not some coordinated attack. Every time there's a guy that says stuff like this, I click on their account. One, they've always blocked me ahead of time. And two, it's always a pro-Israel guy. Like always. Every single time. I have yet to see someone who is like pro-Palestine. At most, like I'll see people with like the Ukrainian flag and the Palestinian flag in their bio, right? Who say stuff like Hamas Hamas needs to be destroyed, like giving total defense to like Israel's genocide, while simultaneously saying like Palestinians have to be perfect victims, right? Like it's always, at most, it'll be like that. At most, it'll be people like that. But outside of that, most of the time, it's just like people who are fucking pro-Israel, like Israel first, like they just will not They just will not give up on their advocacy for Israel. It's so strange. Facebook comment section on you. I think the Democrats should embrace him and the likes of him and run Mamdani for president. I'll chip in. It's a great winning strategy. It's so funny the pro-Israel sites and organizations are warning anti-Zionist politicians about Piker. They think he's bad for the Dems. Wouldn't they want him to associate with their ideological enemies? It's almost like they know his influence can win elections. They're afraid. How much should be given to Hamas over the years? Is the anti-Semitic look at the decades-long conflict in its totality to understand how it's evolved? So apparently anti-Semite now means any critics of Israel. So we'll have to come up with a new word to describe bigots who don't like Jewish people. Yeah, that's kind of what it is. Like anyone who opposes Israel is a hero. Piker is absolutely not anti-Semitic, and it's one hell of a show of weakness to try to spin it as he is. McDonald's has existed longer than Israel. He's hot and opposes Israel. Hey, thanks. I've never heard of this guy before, but thanks to your article, I'm going to go check him out. Sounds like he's a good guy. Do you see what I mean? Do you understand? Like, because for a lot of people, they totally get where this is coming from, right? They've seen it. They've seen it a million times over in the last 3 years, where they know that anyone who is a critic of Israel instantly gets yelled at and instantly gets smeared as a dangerous anti-Semite, a radical, and they try to do it with a multiple front. They try to do this from a perspective where they'll be like, he's a bad guy, just stay away from him. But everybody understands where it's coming from, right? Corporate and lobby-owned Democrats. This is on r/politics, by the way, which is crazy. Corporate and lobby-owned Democrats are going to have to wake up someday and have a brain. Also, tremendous downvotes from r/politics. I wonder why. Perhaps it's because this thread didn't go in the direction that they thought it would on Reddit. I came to those conclusions on my own, watching the party flounder and fail. Their base, your kids grew up. Wake up, get with the times. We are not sheep. No, but wait. Don't you know you're getting fed these takes by Fuentes Light? If you think that's the case, you've got your own Fuentes, maybe not calling the shots for you. I was being sarcastic. Sorry, hard to tell on the internet, I know. Piker is close to, but not over the Nick Fuentes line, where going on his show itself is indefensible. These people must live in an alternative reality if they genuinely believe the nonsense they peddle. He talks about things and policies that pull Democrats away from corporate donors or interests. That's the only reason they want to. It's shocking. It's shocking to see, dude, this article being written on October 10th, 2023 would have been inundated. This would have been on r/all. Every single person would be like, Hasan is a terrorist. We have to kill him. Times have changed dramatically. And this is kind of a broader reflection of the attitude in America, right? That's what it is. Hasan is what the Democrats said they wanted after the 2024 election defeat. Albeit, which Democrats said they wanted this? Let's see the quotations of which mainstream Democrats said they wanted a hot topic communist who extols China and Cuba but lives in a mansion and tortures a dog to be a surrogate, blah, 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 is downvoted. Democrats wanted a Joe Rogan of their own after the election defeat. Hasan has been proclaimed as that several times in the search that followed. He himself doesn't think it fits him, but that's another matter. For the rest of your posts, I will just say, chill out. Now they're saying, who said that? Which Democrats were seeking out a Joe Rogan of the left? I mean, it feels as though these guys will just deny reality. They're just denying reality at this point, right? It comes with a healthy reality denial to be able to defend Israel at this point, right? When Israel is doing so much indefensible shit. So it does make sense that you would also carry on that delusional attitude into other aspects of your life as well. They're doing Twitter comment section strays, which does not fly on Reddit. Yeah. What's funny about all this is Hasan's politics are the same as they were back in 2019, 2020. All that changed is he got hotter. A Dem strategist text. Hell yeah. So yeah, this barrage of hatred. This barrage of hatred in my direction has actually backfired, in my opinion. It has backfired spectacularly. Even centrist posters are couching baseless slander as reasonable critique. What is this? Oh, dude, they said Hasan said anti-Semitic things, which he is publicly and probably shouldn't be invited to a campaign rally. If you don't agree with that, that's fine. That's a very different thing than Abdul loves terrorists by Rogers, but go ahead and equate it. This is insane, lol. Derangement syndrome. Mike Rogers' messaging has nothing to do with McMorrow or Stevens. Wait, what? This is like saying Cuomo's Islamophobic attacks against Zoran had nothing to do with Fox News' heightened version of the same. It's absolutely normalizing the bad faith anti-Semitic smears of the right when center-left and centrist Democrats do a watered-down version of it. Yeah, no, that's precisely what it is. But Mitch Voter is trying to defend McMorrow while simultaneously presenting himself as like a woke guy. And it's very difficult to do that. But that's precisely what McMorrow is doing. Why are we making it seem like this is not terror jacketing a Muslim candidate? That's precisely what happened. And Andrew Cuomo did the same. Okay. It just hasn't gotten to that degree yet, but very clearly, this is the first shot across the bow, right? Translation, he's principled and I want to fuck him. Yeah. Riz, he's the biggest tryhard on the left. This man will spend $1,000 on a shirt and still look like an awkward 13-year-old boy wearing a suit for the first time in his life. Total nerd, very dumb, incredibly ugly, 0 out of 10. Yeah, that's funny. Over on Threads, you're anti-Semitic, misogynistic, animal abuser, foreign asset, etc. Yeah, I mean, listen. There's gonna be some fucking websites that are inundated with like pro-Israel liberals, but it's not. I hope it's not lost on people that this is like a handshake between liberals and right-wing fascists. Okay, this is precisely what's going on here. Just as it happened with Zoran, where Donald Trump aggressively tried to, muster up the forces to defeat Zoran and failed to do so, and now he loves him, but that's a totally separate point. But like, it's exactly what's going on here. Like, liberals are absolutely aligning with right-wing pro-Israel fascists and the Trump agenda currently to attack the left, their left flank. It's not just an attack on me, it's an attack about control in the party. Okay? They do not want candidates that are more responsive to the demands of the base. They do not want left flank candidates. So they want to like besmirch the left flank candidates to the best of their ability, and they want to punish them, and they want to warn everyone else that dare entertain coming on my stream and try to take advantage of my grassroots support. That's it. They want to warn candidates to be like, you stay away from him. They don't understand that this doesn't do anything to me, Thinking about this tweet from the post-2024 Joe Rogan to the left discourse, these people are too stupid to realize that liberal Joe Rogan can't exist because liberalism doesn't inspire anymore, and the person who could break through to young men would be far too left-leaning and vulgar to even gain a Democratic mega-donor's approval. Yep. Rahm Emanuel's presidential odds are skyrocketing as Hasan Piker is getting iced out. Great discourse correction for Democrats looking to win back majorities in Congress and the White House. Oh my God, this guy is so fucking delusional. This is what he posted on his other account. Now Zoran is one of the most sought after figures in the party. Democratic wins media. Breaking. New York City's mayoral election is on Tuesday. We encourage voters not to rank Zoran Mamdani. He didn't endorse Kamala Harris, doesn't support our platform, and if he wins, his policies will hurt our chance to win the midterms. We can't afford that. Zoran Mamdani is one of the most beloved politicians nationally, okay? Again, I'm telling you, these guys are living in a totally separate reality. They're living in a totally separate reality. This Ethan Wolf guy fucking hates you. This is America. This is on Pikers that are coming out and saying there's a large swath of Americans who sympathize with check notes, the Iranian regime. Corporate Dems are going to realize quick that people do genuinely sympathize with the nation we attacked and killed their leader for no reason. Yeah. What's the problem here? He's not saying that Americans by and large are fans of the Ayatollah. They're saying that Americans by and large think that this was a spectacular failure, which is reflective in the polls. And on top of that, we shot a fucking school, man. We blew up a school. Of course, people are going to be they're not going to be as heavily on board with blowing up Iran as we've seen in the polls again. I just don't get why centrists don't understand this. Like they don't want to look at the polls. They want to create this echo chamber where they're totally sheltered from where the public approval is on key issues, and it's a very strange phenomena that I'm observing. Okay, it's very odd, and they can keep tunneling themselves in. But yeah, it actually backfired. It's terror jacketing, and since you're not an anti-Semite, all they can do is swarm your image with vague and weightless allegations of people who are just casually paying attention start to view your worldview as controversial. Yeah. Abdul Al-Sayed cracks top 5 in Act Blue fundraisers over the past 7 days. Surely hundreds of thousands of dollars in the last week after months straight of getting beat by McMorrow in donations would have to guess the result was Hasan the Hun attention. I don't think it's like my attention necessarily, but I do think that that association has not hurt him at all. Also, we've obviously kicked up the fundraising here as well. I had the donation link up for the past week too, so I'm sure that played a role in this as well. But yeah, people see a guy that has values and policies that they actually appreciate getting mercilessly and unjustifiably attacked, and they go, yeah, I want to help out. I want to chip in. You know, I want to kick some back to Abdul Al-Sayed. Yeah, seeing him next to Talarico, Ossoff, and Brown in fundraising is absolutely insane. It's great. You know, there's nothing even, wait, what is this? There's nothing even controversial in what he said. Oh, yeah, we're going to talk about the next line of attack against Abdul Al-Sayed in a second, too. Him embracing you instead of condemning you also makes him look like a real leader. Yeah. And there's obviously a very easy way to just like do away with these cynical criticisms, these cynical smears. Right? And Bernie Sanders did it too. Right? The big dog. Like Bernie Sanders and I are aligned on many issues, but we have our disagreements, obviously, as you guys know. Right. But at the end of the day, he doesn't like he doesn't let that become a major issue. And neither do I. Right. And that's a normal attitude to have. There's a healthy attitude to have. There's going to be a little bit of healthy friction in any movement. Right. You're never going to have people that are 100% in line with everything that you believe. It's very stupid. But that's part of the reason why I have a policy of not left bashing and left punching, right? Because I think it's stupid. I think it's unproductive. But where was I? What was I going to show you? Oh, Bernard, and what he had to say. Unc weighed in on the discourse. He was asked by Keith Edwards at the rally about Democrats' attempts, like centrist Democrats and corporate Democrats, and their attempts to separate from someone like myself in the movement that or a piece of the movement that I represent.
Senator Sanders, thank you so much for meeting with me. I think the lesson from 2024 is we're supposed to send Democrats anywhere and everywhere where they'll listen to us, and you will go to Joe Rogan. You'll talk to most people. I'm wondering what you think about this whole narrative around Hasan Piker and some Democrats just saying they're never going to go on his show.
Well, I've talked to Hasan, and I think he's doing in many respects a very good job. The bottom line is that we have got to communicate with people. It's fine to talk to everybody in your neighborhood. People agree with you on everything. But I've been on Joe Rogan's show, as you understand.
You got a lot of heat for that.
Of course I did. And I disagree with Joe Rogan on this or that issue. But the last that I heard, you can disagree with me, right?
I
What about America is supposed to be about?
Yeah.
Put the mic closer to him. He literally has a chest lapel chatter. Calm down.
But if you give me a civil discourse, we have an intelligent discussion, fine. Disagree with me on an issue or not, period.
Senator Sanders, thank you.
It's that simple. We're not always going to agree on everything, but it's like ridiculous to fucking engage in this kind of like quote mining and try to create like unnecessary tension when we all know what the real reason for that unnecessary tension actually is. And it's because I don't fucking, I'm not a controllable entity. I don't care about the interests of the donors. And I'm reflective of the attitudes that a lot of people have in the base of the Democratic Party. And Democrats would rather kill themselves than actually, and kill their careers and kill their fucking movement, kill their party, than allow for a crumb of that demand to flow through into the communications of the party. They just don't. They hate their fucking base. We're trying to change that. And it's so funny because like these guys for years and years would say Hasan doesn't care about elections. He doesn't care about the Democratic Party at all. And it's like, okay, now we have fucking candidates, right? And we have had candidates for like the last decade that we're trying to fucking prop up, that are more reflective and more responsive to the needs of the base. And all of a sudden, they're freaking the fuck out. Why are they freaking the fuck out? I thought you didn't want me to. I thought you were saying. I thought that you were saying that we don't care about the elections. We don't care about the Democratic Party. Clearly, we do. We want something to change. Right? It's so strange. I mean, it's expected, but it's just like so self-defeating, and they're not stopping. I don't know why. I don't know why they don't recognize that this is like not going to work out, right? It's just not going to work out. And it's not working out for them because even their maximalist goals here, their maximalist goals here are what? Their maximalist goals here are to disparage me to such a degree that, Democrats don't associate with me. Okay, who gives a shit? That's not going to stop my commentary. I'm still going to support candidates that I like, that are more responsive to the needs of the base. I'm still going to support candidates that are putting the working class first, candidates that are anti-Zionist, right? That's not going to change my advocacy at all. So who gives a shit? Okay. I don't appear alongside candidates because it boosts my profile. These guys don't understand that. Okay. I don't appear alongside candidates that to boost my profile. I appear alongside candidates to boost their profile. And I think some of them maybe recognize this, but I think many of them don't. Many of them legitimately think, oh, you're getting like, you're getting positive coverage from the New York Times, and that's like legitimizing you and your worldview. That's unacceptable. It's like, I already have my own outlet. I already have my own, unlimited a tool to communicate with people uninterrupted for 8 hours a day. It just doesn't. It doesn't help. It doesn't work that way. I think they are seeing in you a real menace of the current model, a younger, more moral Bernie that could lift the drapes and see the real evil behind the U.S. admin. I think it's just this is a vehicle to launch and sincerely push back against pro-corporate Democrats. That's what it is. If you look to the performance of a Kat Alba-Ghazaleh, for example, an unknown entity that isn't even from the area where she ran, who got second place and was within striking distance of Daniel Biss, who got propped up by all of the different organs of the party. And Daniel Biss himself is not like the most centrist candidate, but like even that wasn't enough for a lot of voters in a place like Illinois. That's a terrifying prospect. That's a terrifying prospect for the party. Okay? If your goal is to somehow control and make sure that the outlet and the resentment from the base is still feeding back to candidates like McMorrow or candidates like Daniel Biss, and your goal is to make sure that like you still have some control over who gets elected so it's easier to caucus with the rest of the party, yeah, you're going to hate that there's an outsider who is basically... and I'm not alone in this, by the way. There's plenty of other people who are doing this as well. But like, I guess like the most visible aspect of this resentment. But an outsider that can like undermine the impact of a unlimited money faucet like AIPAC fairly significantly is very dangerous. You think these guys would be writing shit like this about me if I was, like a chorus style content creator? What do you think? I mean, think about the way that they are like attacking Plattner too. Everybody in the party put all of their weight. Wait, what is this? They put all of their fucking weight behind Janet Mills, Pills Mafia, right? Sorry, I got a text message. And look at what Graham Plattner did. He cooked it. He cooked it in spectacular fashion. And that was devastating. If you're a centrist, if you're a corporate lobbyist, you hear that and you're like, what the fuck? Like, this guy's leading by almost 10 points, our candidate that we literally gave all of the mechanisms of the party to, You know, it's clear. They don't want more Zoran style candidates to prop up, and not because they're afraid. Okay. They don't want more Zoran style candidates to prop up, not because they're afraid that this is going to lead to like the National Party looking bad. They're afraid of the success. They're afraid of the success and the national prominence of people like Zoran, because people like Zoran show that there is an alternative out there. Okay. There is an alternative out there where a politician can be responsive to the needs of the masses and actually work tirelessly to fight, work tirelessly to show that the government can be good. And this will force all of these other Democrats in the party to also start doing their fucking jobs. And they don't want to do that. They want to collect checks. They can't stop all insurgent candidates, but they can use Hasan's unpopularity to sink candidates with constant TV ads and slop. Hasan's unpopularity is fucking ridiculous. Why are you... Dude, god damn, brother. Literally, my worst fucking fan. I swear to God. You have just seen... You have literally seen in the last week that this is unbelievably unpopular. Okay? Unbelievably fucking unpopular. And you're a 59-month subscriber interpreting this situation as though it's like even in any way, shape, or form successful. It literally failed with Zoran. God damn, dude. No, Hideo Offliner is one of the worst chatters in this community. Like, notoriously, the one that is consistently talking about how you always pay so much attention to fucking drama, blah, 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 always. It's Hio Day, not Hideo, whatever. Damn, you know your chatters? Of course I do, especially the more annoying ones. But the best chatters I know very well.
Jake Tapper is quadrupling down on his racist Zionism. I saw he was retweeting anti-Hasan stuff this morning. Yeah. And it appears like, you know, maybe Tapper wants to move out of the late afternoon and move into a late night anchorship. You know, there's a lot of things that people are doing right now to audition for the new owners of the
well, the whole
the
podcast like set that they've set up is completely to appeal to Barry Weiss.
Yes,
it's completely to appeal to her. It's so...
Well, she's doing such a great job.
All of this is so embarrassing. All the stuff, too, around Hasan is so embarrassing because they, like, here's the thing. The idea that they can sort of, like, drive a wedge between Hasan and Democratic lawmakers, no one cares. Yeah. No one cares. It is such a Pyrrhic victory. No one cares because the politicians that are interested in Hasan, they're going to continue to watch Hasan. They're going to continue to talk to Hasan. I mean, it is.
They also can't decide if Hasan is not impactful enough, which we're seeing some articles about how MSNBC really dwarfs his ratings, or if he's so terrifying that there needs to be this smear campaign against him. Like, pick which one. Is it a problem that the politicians go on his stream, or if your theory is right, it will discredit them. But the problem is that they know that that's not the case. So what McMorrow is doing by throwing Hasan under the bus is like, she doesn't want to go after her opponent directly because, and like maybe accuse him of anti-Semitism because that's just a dog whistle for Islamophobia in some of these contexts. And two, she's auditioning for the Zionist donors that are growing tired of the losing campaign of Haley Stevens. So she's like, I'm open for business if you want to support me with some independent expenditures. And now she's calling for McMorrow 5 different debates. What do the internals say right now about Abdul al-Sayed? I hope that Stevens and McMorrow are cannibalizing one another. But I also saw that after this Hasan thing, Abdul al-Sayed's fundraising went up. So is Hasan a liability?
Well,
or
we know what it is.
Are you guys worried that it's the opposite?
Hasan is massively popular, and especially with people that the Democrats want to get to vote for them. And
yeah, also, I'm not massively popular because I'm like some kind of special talent, right? I'm not a kingmaker, and I'm not massively popular because I offer something unique. The reason why I'm popular is because I have convictions. And for years and years, I have defended these convictions. And it turns out a lot of people, after a string of defeats, have started to recognize the same exact things that I've been talking about for a decade and a decade plus. That's it. So taking me out of the equation wouldn't even fucking help change that resentment, right? That's it. That's why I say I am simply just a megaphone. I offer a voice to the voiceless. I offer a voice to people that are often unheard. That's my job.
They can't admit that's true because then what are they for? Money.
In Michigan, where we literally, it was so central to 2024 how that election was lost with and it wasn't just Muslim and Arab people that were just.
See, that's the reason that Democrats think they could do this, because traditionally they relied on mainstream media gatekeeping and access trading to keep the left marginalized from the base. Unfortunately for them, everyone under the age of 50 is now on alternative media. You represent their loss of control. Chorus creators are the people that are trying to offer access and money in order to control social media. They hate that you are offering a real left alternative directly. Yeah, I mean, I think that's what it is. Like, they set up... I don't even think the chorus creators necessarily are like anti-Abdul either. But I think at the end of the day, they are a little bit more controllable as a group. Because no chorus creator is going to come out and be like, yeah, I'm not voting for Gavin Newsom. Like, you know what I mean? They're just not going to do that, right? Like, there's certain lines that they won't cross, and therefore they can still, they can still be considered like a controllable entity. Like, I'm not agnostic to every Democratic candidate. There are Democrats that I am opposing. I will say it openly, right? If you're a pro-Israel Democrat, I oppose you. I will work to try to unseat you. I don't think chorus creators are going to do that aggressively or even openly. Like, they'll offer a platform to people that are doing that, but they're not going to like actively put their weight behind like Oliver Larkin, for example, right? That's the type of shit that's not going to happen. And they're agnostic to, I guess, like in the McMorrow Abdul El Sayed race, like, they'll talk to both of these candidates. They from their perspective, it just like doesn't mean too much of a difference. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to us. But from the perspective of like Media Matters, for example, like, it's just not that significant of a difference as long as it's a Democrat. You feel me?
Disgusted by the genocide in Gaza, but it is a very acute example with a large Arab and Muslim population in Michigan as to where this could actually be a direct liability as well.
It is. I don't know. I guess just from my own perspective, just watching the same moves, it's like watching, like, if you were to take a basketball, you take Bob Cousy and put him on the court now, all of a sudden it's like, wait a second, no, the game is completely different now. Like
Y.A. Tittle should not be out there with Lamar Jackson.
It's just so, for me, from my perspective, it is so encouraging to just see like how off-footed they are.
Yes.
Like they have.
But we're not the audience, and voters, I don't think, are the audience. I think it's donors.
Well, that's right. But the point is, it used to be the audience. Like this used to resonate with voters, and now what you're watching is like, this is the bare knuckle, hopefully last grasp of these people, where like they can no longer use popular opinion to influence the donors and keep that money coming. They're actually just having to sort of like bypass, and their sales pitch is getting to a narrower and narrower audience, one that at the end.
Bro, you lost literally no one on any of your platforms. It's just elite signaling to other elites. They have no motion. I would go so far as to say it's a backfire, right? Abdul El Sayed has been able to reach the top 5 in fundraisers past week as this like media cycle started kicking into high gear. And not only that, but a lot of people who don't know who the fuck I am, probably for the first time ever, heard my name and were like, let me look into this guy, right? Let me look into this guy. And there's a version of that, obviously. Where is it? that I was going to show you. Here's the one thing that I was going to show you. It's just unbelievable. Jewish Insider is so crazy, dude. The way that they fucking approach this issue, they just come across as like hysterical, right? I mean, it's so totally ridiculous. Like, look at this. Hasan Piker Mirage, when social media extremism meets political reality. Out of bounds. Ted Deutsch compares Hasan Piker to Nick Fuentes, says Dem should shun him. McMurrow slams El Sayed for campaigning with Hasan Piker, compares Piker to Nick Fuentes. Hasan Piker becomes flashpoint in Democratic infighting. Elisa Slotkin, Haley Stevens criticize El Sayed over rallies with Hasan Piker. Representative Brad Schneider, new Dems chair, urges Democrats to disavow Hasan Piker. Dem divide on Hasan Piker ties. Third Way calls out Abdullah El Sayed's embrace of Hasan Piker. And it's like, this is just since March 24th, man. In the last 6 days. In the last 6 fucking days. Like, you're out of your dang mind for writing this. You come across like you're hysterical. You come across like you're defending the indefensible. Okay? People don't look at this and go, wow, this Hasan Piker guy sure sucks ass. They go, wait a minute, why are all these pro-Israel institutions actively coming after this person? And that doesn't end up causing people to think, oh, I hate this guy, I'm going to shy away from this guy. That ends up causing people to go, wait, I fucking like this guy. This guy rocks. I didn't know about this guy at all.
Everybody watch what's going to start happening. It's already happening. If you don't know who he is, and some of you don't, this is Hasan Piker. And he is unabashedly anti-corruption. And he's on the left, except the left hates him. The Democratic establishment, the centrists, absolutely hate him because he calls out the corruption from the Democratic Party as much as he calls out the corruption from the Republican Party. And he's gaining and he's so popular with young men. He's the blue pill pipeline that the Democrats need to pull in young, vulnerable men so they don't get caught up and swallowed up by the red pill content. I mean, it's already bad enough that you had Charlie Kirk and then you got Ben Shapiro and you've got Nick Fuentes and the list goes on. And we don't have hardly anybody on the left, but we do have him and he's killing it. He's killing it. And a lot of people on the left don't like him because he speaks to his base, which are primarily young men. So whatever. If you listen to what he has to say, point by point by point, what is wrong with this country, why both parties are corrupt, how they're corrupt, and what kind of economic and social programs and platforms we need to fix this country. If you're a Democrat, you're going to agree with him on every single point, unless you are a Zionist. Then you're going to hate him.
Zionist.
Okay? But I'm giving you this
She's nailed it. She's nailing it. That's like
warning right now because he is being viciously attacked. Why? He's getting plugged in electorally. He's endorsing progressives who are running. He is doing travel circuits with people like Bernie Sanders, energizing people to get out and vote for progressives and to vote for candidates who are going to give you affordable health care and not send our tax dollars to other countries that start with an I. And you know who's attacking him? The Democratic establishment. That multi-million-dollar pool of privileged millionaires who consult with all the centrist Democratic candidates and politicians to telling them to feed us, whisper sweet nothings to us so that once we elect them, we get nothing from them. They are out and they are attacking him. So I'm just giving you the heads up. This is Hasan Piker. You're going to be seeing a lot more of him and you might be confused because of what you're hearing, but question the source, do your own research, listen to him before you fall for the propaganda designed to destroy progressives.
God damn. Let's go. I like anyone who calls out both sides. Democratic Party isn't the left. I actually like the idea of calling out both parties. No one is above criticism. If Bernie likes them, I like them. Dems after the election, we need a left-wing Joe Rogan. Hasan Piker exists. Dems, fuck that guy in particular. Yeah, there's also the obvious inconsistencies that we've seen. There's also the Islamophobia that we've seen. But there's the clear-cut inconsistency, which is, of course, even the very same people. Look, this person said, if there's one thing Democratic women love, it's being referred to as a lot of Barbs and Deborahs. Yeah, I'm saying that like Barbaras and Deborahs that have no idea who I am have the same exact fucking resentment. Okay? That's it. It's so crazy. But what I was going to cover is, where is it? There's like, oh, here it is. Here is Elisa Slotkin, who very clearly did not even know anything about me whatsoever, got a boss call and literally just straight up said whatever they put in front of her. Okay? Because she straight up said, I don't know anything about Hasan, but it seems like he conflates Judaism with Zionism. And that's a pretty anti-Semitic thing to do. It's like, no, I actually do the exact opposite of that. Thank you, Elisa Slotkin. As a matter of fact, I do the exact opposite of that. That's part of the reason why a lot of people who do that, like Jonathan Greenblatt, hate me. Also, the Barbas and Deborahs is not even remotely misogynistic. It's like saying Tom, Dick, and Harry, okay? It's so stupid. But anyway, let's hear what Elisa Slotkin had to say about inadequacies within the Democratic Party's approach to creating a bigger tent on the premier Islamophobic show, Bill Maher.
Messaging, that's not going to be ever something that I'm going to defend. That's part of the problem and why we lost the last election. We can have a whole autopsy about that.
If we want to discuss what went bad in the last election, we can have a whole autopsy about that. There was. The Democratic Party really are such bad fucking liars that, like, they think that if they just throw a Midwestern accent on someone and they say shit every once in a while, that that's going to make them relatable or make us all forget that there was indeed, in fact, actually an autopsy that you could have had a conversation about, but you chose to hide it. And you chose to hide it because you actually don't really want to have a conversation about what went wrong in the last election and why you lost.
For me, what is important going forward, whether you're a Democrat or Republican, is like the American people, they're telling us something. They want something different out of their government. They want some alpha energy from their leaders. And they certainly, whether you agree with them or not, are getting that from some of the Republicans. And my plea to my own party is like, can we have a little bit more alpha energy?
Yeah, but God forbid you got a fucking Twitch streamer who does have a popular base in this demographic who presents himself in a vulgar way. God fucking forbid. Yeah, I'm vulgar. I'm uncompromising. It turns out it's also popular, but now you're using that in the same exact way that these guys also yelled at Joe Rogan.
Punch and believe in what we believe in and show people that we give a shit and be simple about addressing the needs that they care about the most. And that has been a struggle, and I'm here to be a part of that change.
They're looking for alpha energy, huh? Well, what's this? What's this? Why are you guys trying to run him out of town? Elisa Slotkin says she wants to be a part of that change. And so naturally, she put out a statement with other hack Democratic corporatist pro-Israel shills to condemn Abdul al-Sayed, who's running in Michigan for the Senate, for doing a rally with Hasan Piker.
Also, Abdul al-Sayed is that guy as well. I mean, the dude can bench press 3 plates, man. Come on, dude. What Republican is capable of doing that? And you're out here fucking criticizing him because all of this like back and forth is not actually about like trying to figure out who is perfect for the aesthetic and what kind of policies are capable. RFK Jr. Bitch, RFK Jr. can't do 3 plates. He would perish. What are you talking about? RFK has entered the chat. No, it's just all, they don't actually want to identify why they've lost a lot of their base. Okay. They just want a Joe Rogan that they can control. They want not even the Podjons. I would say in the past, I would say like, oh, they want like a Podjon that can bench press, but that's not even what they want because the Podjons are also a little bit more progressive than they like. They want a totally manufactured content creator that is endlessly controllable. Always have to go back to this. You were the only one competing versus the right. Yeah. Like, there's a reason. There's a reason why I was the only person on this list, and these guys are botted anyway, but I was the only person on this list who's not a fucking right-wing shithead, dude. Dan Bongino, Steven Crowder, totally fake. It's Rumble, but it doesn't matter, right? Regardless, I'm at third slot by myself. And what were the centrist pro-Israel Democrats doing leading up to the election night? This is when I got blacklisted too. And in spite of getting blacklisted by Twitch because of all that pressure on election night, I still had 313,000, 314,000 live concurrent viewers. Okay? Patrick Bet-David, Charlie Kirk, Benny Johnson, Asmongold, Charlie Kirk again. I don't know why he's Charlie Kirk twice. Tucker Carlson, Tim Pool. Do you understand? I was Rumble and YouTube. Double kirked up. Like, these guys should be thanking their lucky stars that I'm an endlessly stubborn motherfucker who's just not gonna, who's just gonna keep fighting for the things that I believe in an uncompromising manner, right? Like, I eat it from all of these other fucking dipshits on this lineup, right? All of these other reactionary right-wing dickheads on this fucking lineup on a daily fucking basis. And then I just have to sit there and eat it from the Democrats too. Holy shit. I just have to sit there and get a barrage of hate from centrist right-wing Democrats. Yeah, I mean, who wants an end to the foreign wars of universal hooker? Nobody. If there's anybody that deserves to be crushed, it's the Hasan Piker left, Kathy Young says. American flag, Ukraine flag, Israel flag in the bio. These guys don't have a real constituency, okay? But yeah, a lot of people have reached out. A lot of people have reached out to be like, dude, do you feel all right? Like, people are really on your ass. Do you feel okay? Do you feel okay? I'm like, yeah, of course I feel okay. You want to know why? Because I've been eating this shit from both liberals and right-wing reactionary dickheads since October 8th, 2023. But back then, the overwhelming majority of Americans were either completely oblivious to the conditions on the ground for Palestinians, or they were super pro-Israel. And that environment has shifted now. So I don't feel lonely at all. These guys can keep chirping and calling the manager over and over again. But at the end of the day, the majority, the base of support is with us. We represent the moral center. So it doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah. Hasan Piker, who is the alpha energy she keeps saying that they want, who is incredibly popular with young men, a demographic that they say they want to appeal to. They're trying to cancel him. Right now, she's putting out statements with other establishment Democrat hacks condemning a Democratic Senate candidate for campaigning with Hasan Piker. I love too how she has the nerve to condemn Abdul al-Sayed for campaigning with Hasan Piker because God forbid someone running in the Democratic Party actually tried to appeal to men. Here's another example, regardless of how you feel about Graham Plattner, okay? This guy's masculine as fuck, okay? The testosterone is coming through the screen. But who is it that Slopkin in the Democratic Party are pushing in this race? The 80-something-year-old, of course. But imagine having the fucking nerve to condemn Hasan Piker as you sat on Boomer Mars' panel, who is an unapologetic, racist, Islamophobic, anti-Arab bigot. Sit the fuck down.
Yeah. The double standard is also, like, even people who aren't as in tune with, like, Islamophobia or don't understand it, like, the average American is not, like, super sympathetic to people talking about Islamophobia, right? Another one of your Senator Ops being hypocritical yesterday, we cannot cancel everyone. Oh yeah, no, that's another classic inconsistency. It's like, we cannot cancel everybody except for people who actually call out Israel. We should cancel those people, even though it's like the most popular position in the country right now that literally unites young Republicans and also everyone under the age of 50 pretty much. Mehdi Hasan. So a couple things. Hassan the Hun has gone out of his way to separate Judaism and Jews from Zionism in Israel. There are multiple clips going back years for him saying so. If it's his critics like the ADL who keep conflating the two. Senator Slotkin went on Bill Maher on Friday. Why? Did she confront him on his long history of much more brazen and proud anti-Muslim, anti-Arab bigotry? If not, why not? Yeah. Jake Hanrahan, a Vice News journalist, posted a story about your Cuba trip. Can't link as I'm not subbed. I don't care about Jake Hanrahan. I've told you this before. Yeah, Jasper Nathaniel has a funny take on this as well. If there was any other story that mattered to the Jewish community right now, I'd say it was weird that Jewish Insider has just entered week 4 of Hasan Piker headlines, but there's not. So it's totally fine and normal. Thank you for your heroic work, Josh Krauscher. Like, is there legitimately that much? Like, what are we talking about here? How is this the discourse still? Like, who are you appealing to? I know who they're appealing to. They're not appealing to like the actual readership of Jewish Insider. They're appealing to the fucking donors. There's big donors that have made up their minds that like, I am a threat. Okay? And they're obviously putting a lot of money behind this kind of initiative. Yeah, donors and self-interested consultants. Cory Booker said that he would not go on my stream. First of all, he wasn't invited. Okay? But Cory Booker has no issues aligning with Yoav Gallant, taking photos with Yoav Gallant, war criminal Yoav Gallant, former Israeli defense minister that is now an indicted war criminal by the International Criminal Court, Yoav Gallant. He has no problems taking photos. Well, he tries to hide in the photos that he takes with Bibi, Benjamin Netanyahu. But like, these are the people that he's linking up with who are horrible monsters and also deeply, deeply unpopular. But that guy is going to sit there and be like, well, you know, it's a bridge too far.
For everyone, you write, quote, we cannot cancel everyone who fails a purity test. We cannot exile those who don't align with our every belief, however passionately we hold it. Coalitions that are only composed of the already converted cannot change the country. If everyone in your coalition agrees with you on everything, your coalition is too small to make big change. And
yeah, he's talking about right-wingers. That's it. Do you understand? Do you fucking understand? This motherfucker wrote a book where he said, oh, our tent is too small, but we must make it smaller. We cannot have the left flank in there, in that tent. We got to go rightward. That's what they're saying. They're saying it openly. This is the exact same thing that Kamala Harris did with Liz Cheney. They have decided that they are going to keep doing the same thing that led to failure after failure. Okay? It blows my mind that they're like, no, we'll just court the centrist voters. They're looking for a reasonable version of the Republican shit that you see, and we will be that reasonable version of Republican fascism. Democrats, prominent Democrats like this, openly give the game away. They say the quiet part out loud when they say this. We cannot align with people who are anti-Israel, people who are socialists. We cannot align with them, even if they voted consistently for the Democratic Party, even if they have candidates that they advance, candidates who are unimaginably popular within the Democratic Party's base. We cannot have those people. What we must do is go further and further right and normalize right-wing fascism and keep losing to the Republicans, because at the end of the day, people are going to look at the situation and go, okay, if you're agreeing and admitting that the Republicans were right, why the fuck would I vote for you? Why would I give my vote to you? Well, it seems like those guys were on the right side all along. You're admitting it too. I don't want Republicans to win. I want Republicans to lose. Okay? I want to go further beyond what the Democrats have done. I want the Democrats to not only eke out a marginal victory, but I want the Democrats to be more responsive to the needs of the American working class. Okay? To chart a better trajectory for the United States of America. But even then, these guys' attitude, the attitude they demonstrate is a failure. And I don't even need to repeat myself over and over again on this issue because everyone understands that it's a fucking failure. That's why I brought up the Barbaras and the Deborahs, right? Like people that are not in my fan base, people that are not even in the demographics of my community are also recognizing that same resentment. The ones that go to the No Kings rallies, they also are frustrated with business as usual politics from the Democrats. Go ahead. Keep chirping like this. Keep saying we are going to build a coalition with moderates, with centrists.